Like TeddyGrey on stuff, Whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
Okay, gang, so if I've synced this up correctly, then today EXO have brought out a new album. So I have only just recently found out about EXO. Sorry, Neve. There are people on the channel who have been asking me to check them out for a very long time. But when it comes to these things, I feel like I need to dedicate a lot of my energy into these groups when I first find them, to find out names, to find out personalities, to find out who has what roles within the group. So any information that you guys leave underneath this video will be massively appreciated. I read every single comment. Speaking of, if you're watching this on the premiere, hit the live chat button, come and talk to the community over there. I premiere almost every single one of my reactions, and I sit through them and watch them with you, talk them over with you. Any information you can give me would be great. So, without further ado, please like, comment, subscribe, and if you like Unblocked Reactions, go check out the Patreon. If you like the community, hit up the Discord. Woo! That's a long ass intro.
I can't believe 기다렸던 이런 느낌. 나만 듣고 싶은 그녀는 나의 멜로디. 하루 종일 꺼내 너는 떠나지 않게 그녀를.
Dum. That sounded really nice. Who was that in the background? Dum. Has to be somebody with a very low register. So I wouldn't have thought it was Kai, wouldn't have thought it was Baekhyun or Bacon, Bakeoff. I purposefully say his name wrong for anybody who's like, oh, his name's actually Baekhyun. I purposefully say his name wrong, alright? Allow me. There's nobody in the comments to figure out what it was.
나만 듣고 싶은 그녀는 나의 멜로디. 하루 종일 꺼내 너는 떠나지 않게 그녀 내 곁에. Don't mess up my tempo. 들어봐 이건 충분히. I said don't mess up my tempo. 그녀의 맘을 훔칠.
Na. I can hear the squeaking of a bed. What is wrong with these boys? What's wrong with you? I'm mainly looking at Kai. I'm mainly looking at Dr. Land Rover. Oh, this beat will steal your heart. You're not joking. Calm down.
I can't believe 기다렸던 이런 느낌. 나만 듣고 싶은 그녀는 나의 멜로디. 하루 종일 꺼내 너는 떠나지 않게 그녀 내 곁에. Don't mess up my tempo. 들어봐 이건 충분히. I said don't mess up my tempo. 그녀의 맘을 훔칠 beat. 어디에도 없을 rhythm 맞춰 1, 2, 3. Don't mess up my tempo. 멈출 수 없는 이 끌림.
매력적인 널 lovely. 틈없이 좁혀진 거리. 불이 지켜지는 heartbeat. 잠시 눈을 감아 trust me.
That's the first time I've heard that Monster FX being used. In terms of like a solitary vocal anyway. Sometimes that Monster FX is used behind a vocal, and it's usually with a lighter vocal, so it gives it a bit of depth. It almost acts as like bass running underneath a lyric, and because obviously that bass is, what that bass is the vocals, but it's just put in a more bassy context, so it's almost like you're hitting bass on every single tone that you're hitting in your natural tone, so it creates this like dark feeling. But this, using it solitarily on its own, didn't create a dark feeling. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because of the subject matter, because it seems more like dark intentions. I don't know. I feel like with the squeaking of the bed and don't mess up my tempo, I feel like I know what they're talking about. Or what they want to talk about but can't be too obvious about maybe. I don't know. Let me know.
My tempo, 멈출 수 없는 이 끌림.
매력적인 널 lovely. 틈없이 좁혀진 거리. 불이 지켜지는 heartbeat. 잠시 눈을 감아 trust
밖으로 나갈 채비 미리 해도 Are you ready? 오늘은 내가 캐리 도시나 사이의 케미 이미 나와 놓은 무가 창피의 마부 어정쩡 할 필요 없다 고민 챙길 건 없으니
No way. The guy just said don't stutter, but then after that went boo. Like obviously that was part of the lyric, I'm guessing. Or did he purposefully stutter? Because if not, and that boo is like an actual word, then that's genius that was put in there, because that word requires almost like a stutter type sound in order to complete that word. Boo. But he said don't stutter and then stuttered. That's fire. Linguistically, that's fire, because he's had to find a way to do that and then prefix it with something. That's Let's go.
밖으로 나갈 채비 미리 해도 Are you ready? 오늘은 내가 캐리 도시나 사이의 케미 이미 나와 놓은 무가 창피의 마부 어정쩡 할 필요 없다 고민 챙길 건 없으니 손잡아 말래 니 가는 길마다 랩 앞에 떨어낸 걸 발걸음이 남달라 지금 이 속도 맞춰보자 템포 Baby girl 아침을 설레게 하는 morning call 매일 봐도 보고 싶은 맘인걸 지금부터 나와 let's get down 모든 것이 완벽하게 좋아 So don't slow it up for me Don't mess up my tempo 들어봐 이건 충분히 I said don't mess up my tempo 그냥 얘만 훔칠 beat 어디에도 없을 리듬에 맞춰 1, 2, 3 Don't mess up my tempo 멈추지 않는 이 feeling
주위 둘러봐 틈없이 좁혀진 거리 너에게 맞춰진 heartbeat 하고 싶은 대로
여긴 내 구격권 test me 혼자 있기 어색하다면 보내줘 message 나 유감이 flexing 주위 둘러봐 날 보는 들러리들 소리에 대한 Gatsby Hold on I'm doing alright baby girl you don't know 지워 내 머리 위에 물음표 내 사전에 없는 내 라인 너는 이미 자연스럽게 맞추고 있어 내 tempo Baby girl 내 어깨에 살짝 기댄 그대의 아련한 향기가 다시 내 맘에 손을 떨어지면 멀어진다 이대로 난 영원하고 싶다
That symbol's so fire.
Don't slow it up for me Don't mess up my tempo Don't mess up my tempo Don't mess up my tempo
Oh my god. You see what I mean about linguistically when I say the guy said don't stutter and then in the following sentence he stuttered. Anyway, but they're saying don't mess up my tempo whilst they're messing with the tempo. Like they're messing with the tempo of this song. The song has slowed down dramatically. Just now. Only by a couple of BPMs. Only by a couple of BPMs. But it has slowed down. So I wonder if it's going to come back, or maybe symbolising that even if we go a little off track, we can always get back to where we were. Ooh. Let's go.
떨어지면 멀어진다 이대로 난 영원하고 싶다
So don't mess up my tempo, baby.
Don't slow it up for me Don't mess up my tempo Don't mess up my tempo Don't mess up my tempo Don't mess up my hold Don't mess up my tempo Don't mess up my tempo Don't mess up my tempo 내 눈을 바라보고 말해
That tempo kept changing.
나만 사랑한단 말해 나밖에 없다고 말해
더 이상은 들리지 않게 절대 널 뺏기지 않게 누구도 건들 수 없게
내 곁에 너를 지킬게 내 마음이 느껴지니 나를 감싸는 유일한 나만의 savior 모두 그런 널 바라보게 돼
Green Gas.
I can't believe 기다렸던 이런 느낌 날 만들고 싶은 그녀는 나의 멜로디 하루 종일 꺼내 너는 떠나지 않게 그냥 내 곁에
Don't mess up my tempo 따라와 이건 충분히 I said don't mess
So that's what they did. But in fact, they did something better than I could have ever imagined. They stripped away that beat entirely, and all that you could hear was the vocalized boom, 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 boom. It's perfect. It reminds me of those like barbershop quartet things. Like the harmonized vocals are what creates the beat. That's what carries the song, you know? All it needs is tempered vocalization, and that's exactly what they gave the beat. And those high notes as well. Like, it just kept going up. There was a falsetto. I think it was Baekhyun. There was a falsetto at the end of every single bar. Oh, I'm going back for that bit because they did something different that I don't like. This is new. They stripped away that whole beat entirely, and instead of, as I've seen with most other songs from most other groups, and even from these guys, if they ever strip away the beat, it's usually for one bar, or it's usually right before a drop. So then you get silence and then the drop, you know? And they kind of did that here, but they carried it along for a long time. They're only able to do that because of how talented they are. They can fill that space, whereas a lot of other songs, let's say, may need that grandiose, like, they might need that crescendo, whereas they can leave it hanging for a long time. Oh my, boom, 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 boom. It's so fire that they've used that. They've created their own bass with vocals.
느껴지니 나를 감싸는 유일한 나만의 savior. 모두 그런 널 바라보게 돼.
I can't believe 기다렸던 이런 느낌 날 만들고 싶은 그녀는 나의 멜로디 하루 종일 꺼내 너는 떠나지 않게 그냥 내 곁에
Don't mess up my tempo 따라와 이건 충분히 I said don't mess up my tempo 완전히 다른 세계의 빛 어디에도 없으니 완벽한 1, 2, 3 Don't mess up my tempo 멈출 수 없는 이끌림
Oh, that was nice. What did that mean? Oh yeah, tempo, yeah lads, because you were definitely talking about miles per hour in a vehicle. That's definitely what you were talking about. Don't let me stop you. You definitely weren't talking about anything else. Obvs. That track, beautiful. Not only in like you guys already know, I adore lyrics, and when the lyrics match the beat, which matches the choreography, which matches the music video, when everything's all, I don't know, it's just, it just fits, it works, you know? Don't mess up my tempo. Whilst they're messing up the tempo, but even though the tempo was messed up, they can still bring it back. The squeaking of the bed, fire. Those cymbals, fire to run throughout. Most people don't use cymbals, and if they do, they clip like the ends off and just use them as hi-hats. That's all that's being used these days. Although I say these days, I've been told that this group have been around for a long time, so this could be quite old. I didn't check beforehand, but I'm guessing it's quite old. It was on like hundreds of millions of views, so props. Well, I have a lot of EXO to check out, a lot of it to go through. There's so many albums, there's so many mini albums, there's so many singles, there's so much to see. There's dance practice videos, there's performances, there's so much to get through. I want to watch a live performance to this one. I probably, the same with most of them, I probably will be putting these onto the Patreon, so if you want to watch live performances, dance practice videos, all of that goodness, head over to the Patreon. Other than that, it's been your boy TeddyGrey on stuff. This group might become a fave for me. I'm not saying they're going to overtake Stray Kids. Definitely not. There has to be an ultimate bias. There has to be a peak, right? For me, SK's is it. But these guys already coming close, because I see bits of EXO within Stray Kids, and obviously EXO came first. You know, with the whole generation thing, EXO came first. Are they like first or second or third generation? What are they then? Second, third? They've got to be under fourth if they're because Stray Kids are fourth, so they've got to be like second or third, right? Maybe first, I don't know. Please help me. Please help me. I'm learning a lot. We're learning a lot. I said I was going to end this about 2 minutes ago and I'm still talking. So, it's been your boy, TeddyGrey and stuff. Deuces. I'll see you guys soon.